What up, sneaker fam? Your boy J Dot here. These are the sneakers of the week for the week of August 25th. It's a real quiet week compared to the craziness of last week, obviously, with the shattered backboards, the jellyfish, the Awake New Yorks, and all these other shoes, the Nigel Sylvesters, and so on. So it's going to keep going as always. But first off, I want to thank y'all for the follows. I really appreciate it. We're slowly but surely growing, again, organically, which is always important to me. I know it's a very low count of followers, and if you're listening, even if you're not a follower, please just follow me. I greatly appreciate it. It will definitely help me grow, which is what I want to do, and I want to definitely help you cop sneakers, retail only, obviously, which is my goal as well. I will have a link tree in my description for everything, all of my socials, but also a link to my weekly podcast that I post. But yeah, here we go. These are the sneakers for the week. All right, for Tuesday, August 26th, the Nike Astro Grabber will be dropping in 3 separate colorways. As you see here in the images, the first colorway will be aluminum and soft yellow. That will be the colorway, one of them that will be dropping. The second one will be soft yellow and black. And then the third one will be fur and platinum. Ooh, excuse me about that. Phantom, not platinum. Sorry about that. Anyways, these shoes will be dropping on Tuesday. The price tag for each will be $135. The shoe ranges will be all the way from a men's 3.5 all the way up to a 15 if you're interested in copping. I'm probably going to pass on these. Again, I'm not a big fan of Astro Grabbers. One, because they're very narrow. My foot's a little bit on the wider side, so I'm probably going to pass. It's not a bad shoe, to be honest with you. And then the one last year that dropped, that collaboration one, the white one, was very popular. So we'll see what happens with this one. But at the same time, if you're interested, this will be on the Sneakers app on the 26th. So definitely check it out if you definitely want a pair. Well, these collaborations of the Edison Chen Klotz and the Anthony Edwards AE1's Blue Flame is going to be a friends and family exclusive, so you aren't going to get an opportunity to cop these. People were disappointed, but it is what it is, what you're going to do. However, though, if you are interested in acquiring these shoes, there's a 90s arcade game inspired design at some store. Attend a challenge at Juice Store Causeway Bay, but it's in Hong Kong. So you're not going to get a chance to cop these if you're here in the US unless you decide to go to Hong Kong. However, though, I just wanted to kind of highlight this sneaker because it's kind of cool. Again, I do like the AE ones. I have a pair of the Stormtrooper pairs. I'm not going to tell you that it's my most favorite shoe that I have on foot, but at the same time, it's nice, man. I'm not going to cap. It's pretty good. So we'll see how many there are in stock. If you want for resale, it might be crazy limited. I did see a couple people cop, which was kind of cool. But anyways, if you're interested, obviously it's not going to happen. All right, on the 27th, one of the shoes, the Air Max DN8 Cav Empt, I'm not sure what it is, the pure platinum colorway will be dropping on the 27th. Price tag for this one's $210. Looks very spacey, very moon based, but apparently I believe the Cav Empt is a Tokyo based street brand. I can't talk today, man. I'm real sorry. So there might be some interest because it's a collaboration. I honestly have not really heard or paid attention to this one because obviously there were other drops that I was more interested in. Again, the DN8s themselves, in my honest opinion, have not really been that great. I like the ones that dropped beforehand, the ones that had a Supreme collaboration. I like the regular DNs, so those weren't too bad. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. There might be a colorway I may like, but this one ain't it for me either, so I'm definitely gonna pass. But if it's gonna be available and it's already on sneakers if you want, so definitely check it out if that's the case. Again, $210. All right, on the 28th, Brain Dead, the clothing and footwear boutique or line, whatever you want to call them specifically, helped with Adidas with a wrestling inspired capsule that will be releasing on the confirmed at on the 28th. Looks like there are going to be 3 colorways. 2 are going to be low tops. One's going to be like kind of a bluish black, I would say. That's the way I look at it. The other one as well looks like it's going to be kind of like a maroon / yellow. I think USC, I would assume. And then the high top itself is going to be a black and white one. Those ones look pretty cool. Again, not a shoe that I'm gonna cop, but it is definitely interesting. I really like the design. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie that I don't think it's not cool, but I think it's not bad. I believe the lows are going to be for $140. The high tops are going to be $160. And again, as I said, they will be available on the 28th, and they will be on the confirmed app. So definitely check that out if you are interested in copying it. Like I said, I'm probably going to pass on these. On the 29th, on the sneakers app, KD18, the soft pearl and light iron ores will be dropping for the price tag of $155. Obviously a basketball shoe. Very saley / orangey, to be honest with you. Do I like them? Not to cop per se. They're not bad though. I actually think they're kind of cool. If I was playing basketball, they definitely be a shoe that I'd definitely like to check out. They are going to be, like I said, available on the sneakers app. Trying to think of a reason to like them. For me, honestly, there's no reason, but like I said, they're not bad. I mean, they look good in my honest opinion, but at the same time, it's not something that I'm very interested in. As I mentioned just a second ago, the price tag for it is going to be $155. It will be jumping on the 29th if you're interested in copying these shoes. Yeah, so definitely available here in the US on the sneakers app if it is something that you're interested in going for. But again, like I said, there's other better KD classics, but again, if you want to switch it up a little bit, this is definitely the way to go. So definitely check it out if you're interested. All right, on the 30th, we are now seeing the women's Air Jordan 5 Luminous Green and Sale dropping on the sneakers app for a price tag of $205. Not a bad shoe, to be honest with you, with all the great fives that dropped, such as the metallics, the grapes, and the upcoming fire reds. Obviously, this is a hard pass. It is a woman's cut, so the limited sizing is going to be there. There is no netting on the side. So it's basically kind of like, it looks very soft on it specifically. So, it's fine. I'll be honest with you. It's a nice looking shoe. But at the same time, it's not something that I'd like for myself, obviously, since I am on the tip top of the size when it comes to the women exclusives. But if you're interested in copying, yeah, it'll be available for you. Like I said, it'll be $205, and this will be dropping on the 30th if you are interested in copying these. But yeah, if you want, definitely, if you are within the size range, obviously. So yeah, check it out. Also on the 30th, the AirTech Challenge 2 White and Laser Crimson will be dropping on the sneakers app for a price tag of $155. The continuation of these Andre Agassi colorways are dope. Again, I got the original ones that dropped last year. I actually still have not unds them. I need to do that. It's an absolutely great shoe. These are great sneakers right here. Obviously, the inspiration, the soul to the Kanye West Yeezy sneaker that a lot of people really do like. So definitely check these out. I don't think these are going to sell out, to be honest with you. I think they are going to be available, but that's a good thing for you because, again, it is a good sneaker if you don't have any of the other colorways. Again, like I said, I prefer the hot pink ones that dropped last year, which I think are better, but this isn't that bad either. If I didn't have those, I would consider copying these, but I'm going to pass on these. But again, as I mentioned before, these will be available on the 30th, and the price tag for these are going to be at $155. And finally, the very, very controversial Air Jordan 5 Awake New York collaboration will be dropping on the sneakers app finally. There won't be any backdooring here. However, though, there could be a limited amount of stock on these sneakers. Again, the pink one will not be available. It will be only the black and blue colorway. The race blue, the price tag on this one will be $230. I myself will be going for them just to see if I can go for them. I honestly do not like these shoes. I don't know that. I don't understand the hype for these, but people liked them initially when they first were announced. People like them a lot more since they've been backdoored and limited so that you can't cop due to everything controversial last week with the scammer and the links and obviously the backdooring and all this other stuff as well. So this will be your best opportunity to cop any of the Awake Jordan 5s if you're interested in copying these. Again, $230, and these will be available on the 30th. Like I mentioned earlier, I want to thank you for for the follows and the likes that you've given me so far. Greatly appreciate it. If you made it this far in the video, I greatly appreciate you checking it out. Really appreciate the opportunity for y'all to just pay attention to me talk about sneakers. Again, if there's a sneaker I missed, please definitely let me know. I'll be more happy to, obviously append this later if there is something else you see. If there are other shock drops or anything like that specifically that I'm not aware of, I obviously will post a new video in shorts, so definitely check out any of my shorts with any of the latest and greatest new updates. I will be definitely around, so if you have any questions, please definitely comment in the video. I'll be more than happy to address any of your questions. I try as much as I can to be around for any questions for anybody there. But other than that, have a great rest of your week, and I honestly hope that you're able to cop the sneaker that you want. Peace.